I was overwhelmed with all the choices. There's so many adventures to be had out here in the Rockies. There's a cabin I'd like to visit. There's some trail maintenance I'd like to do. And of course, there's a bunch of summits out here that I'd like to try and climb. But the forecast today is going to be a beauty. So obviously this is a mountain summit day. So we'll start with that. Gonna head up towards Russell Lake today and see what we can do. That creek was just a tad too deep. It was going to submerge the rear hub motor for sure. And I'm way too far out right now to risk some kind of electrical failure. So we can just walk the rest of the way up the lake, no problem. I was putting that puffy down layer on the inside to help keep her warmer, but she has more freedom of movement like this. Plus, I think she just needs time to get used to it. Come on, Rocco. Come on, buddy. Had I taken the plunge with the e-bike, could have ridden another 2.5 kilometers. Like, not worth the risk of getting stranded out here. I feel like I'm pretty deep in the Rockies right now. The nights are getting cold. It's tricky to get out here. For some reason, they disconnected the road access from Palliser. So if you want to drive all the way to the trailhead, you got to go down south of Canal Flats and like 80-90 kilometers up the White River. It's almost easier the way I did it on the bike. Another great hike that I feel like nobody is doing, probably because of the remoteness. It's a commitment to get out here. It definitely needs a day or two of work, get it all cleaned up. I might be tempted to come back and do it. We'll see. Well, I just veered off the trail. I was going to follow it up to the lake and try to do a sub peak, but let's do Russell Peak official instead. The name has a nicer ring to it rather than doing something called Russell N3. We can save that for another time. Got to keep your eyes open when you're hiking up stuff like this. All kinds of interesting coral fossil embedded in the rock. Should get a really good view of Mount Joffrey from up here. The view that I didn't get from Abruzzi back when I did that in the spring. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. Wonder if anyone will be up on Joffrey today. Maybe I can wave over at them. Yeah, middle of October, hardly even a dusting of snow. Not even on the 11,000ers. It's hard to believe. This almost feels like a day in August right now. Well, it looks like Russell Peak is basically just a walk up. It's going to go down easy. Oh yeah, that last video, Sultana Peak, that was intense. It was non-stop. A lot of fun, so scenic. Still soaking in that whole experience. This one's pretty good too. I think once I get up to the top, it's going to be quite spectacular. So there's two different booklets up here. This is the official ACC one, and there's only one group registered in it, October 13, 96, winter conditions, and today is October 12th with summer conditions. There's a few more signatures in this booklet, but look at this. Someone beat Rocco by a couple months for their first dog summit. That's cool. Yeah, there's Mount Joffrey over there, and spinning around this way, Mount Abruzzi. And I can also see some rabbit tracks in the snow up here, which is impressive. They're also getting summits. Well, this was a fun surprise. Made my day. Old Foresty Forest, he got mentioned in Ski Canada magazine. Thank you, Stephen and Ski Canada. Appreciate that. Well, guess what? We're having the same food as the last episode because I need to finish off this bag of mulligatawny soup mix, and this is real van life. I only have so much shelf space in here, but this time made sure to get all the ingredients. I actually have the apple to go along with it. But yeah, it's feeling like it's going to be a really cold night out here. It's already getting nippy. Yeah, this turned out way better than the last time. The apple really balanced out all the flavors. Do not skip on the apple. Very important ingredient. Alright, I'm going to do some maintenance on the King George Trail today. About half hour ago off camera, I just walked down to the river. I was curious to see how deep it was. But anyway, right now is peak hunting season and there's a lot of people out cruising on these roads. And as I was walking back up to the road, someone in a white pickup stopped right at the trailhead. They got out, they were drinking and driving. They threw their empty right on the trail, then drove away. But I think it's my fault. I think when you have a trailhead in the middle of nowhere like this, you should make it really obscure and don't give ding-dongs like that a reason to stop and look around. So I'm going to pull down all the flagging tape and move the cairn into the bushes so that only the people who are actually looking for it will be able to find it. It's so hard to believe people come out these roads to treat it like a dump. I saw further out west there's a group initiative to clean up back roads, and more recently they made the news. They found this abandoned trailer and managed to piece it together who dumped it there. Justice was served. It was a really heartwarming story. It's harder to find now. People don't have a reason to stop anymore unless you know it's here. Too bad I couldn't do one of those Bette Midler Simpsons can throws.
It's time to take out the trash.
I'll get you for this, Midler!
Yeah, even that first little section needed a lot of cleaning up. A lot of beetle kill, trees are dying and falling over. You can tell a lot of people are using this trail though. It's getting nice stomped down now. I think 2 summers have passed since I've done maintenance here, and I'm estimating there's got to be hundreds of new trees down along this trail. And looking up at the forest, like, vast majority of these trees are dead. It's going to take a lot of work to keep this trail open. It's just so bad. I come around every corner and there's more and more trees down. I think this is the worst condition this trail has ever been in. I don't think anyone made it up Mount King George this year. I don't know if anyone's willing to climb through kilometers of conditions like this. And this whole forest is coming down without yearly maintenance. This trail would be gone forever. But I'm tired. That's all I can do for today. Headed back to the van. Good morning. So I'm just trying to decide what to do with myself today. Like I said, there's a cabin in this area I'd like to visit, but it's a long weekend. Happy Thanksgiving, and also it's really nice out. And also I think that area is really popular with hunting guide outfitter groups, so it's very likely that it's occupied right now, and I don't want to hike 3 or 4 hours up there just to sleep in my tent. So maybe better off saving that idea for another time. So I'll probably head back up the King George trail today and try to reconnect it. That trail is basically becoming like my life work and legacy to keep open. All right, go. Let's go. Yes, another mid-October summer day here in the Canadian Rockies. It's a good hour and a half to get up where I was cutting last night. I guess I could have left my chainsaw and gas up there. I just wasn't sure if I was going to be doing this again today. Alright, we did it. It's done. I just hiked up to the base of the head wall and cleared it that far. Maybe next year I can come back and hike all the way up to the Alpine and clear it, but that would likely be an overnight trip if I did that. The worst part of it, drank my last beer last night. What a tragedy. But yeah, it's time to go back to the van and get some dinner. Not too bad of a day, but the rain is coming, so I think I'm going to head back into town tomorrow, get myself all cleaned up, do my laundry, get stocked up once again. The cycle continues. Yeah, the hardest time of year for van life is coming. Just staying entertained through the long nights is a hard thing to do. I need to get back into reading. But for now, Nintendo games. Yeah! Got myself all geared up this morning. I figured I spent 2 days cutting that trail. I should hike up there and try to get a summit, but just threw the drone up in the air. It's all clouded in. Forecast says it's only going to get cloudier and rain tomorrow, so I think that good weather forecast is on its way out, and it's not worth me hiking up there if I can't get a view, so we'll carry on with plan. Let's go into town, have a shower, get all cleaned up. Plus, I think I've used about 120 amp hour off my battery, so I could really use a charge. But yeah, I have an interesting idea for the next video, so we'll go get ourselves ready and set up for that. Alright, thanks everyone for coming along on this adventure and community service episode. Hope everyone is doing good, and I will see you in the next one.